Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the castle here at CCBC Essex, as it is the first battle of CCBCs of the season. It is the CCBC Catonsville Cardinals trying to play spoiler here against the Knights. Aaron Thomas in the broadcast booth once again this season, hoping for more exciting soccer action here at the Castle. It's been a tremendous start to the season on both sides, both men's and women's teams, seeing some great games here at the Castle. We're going to have the national anthem and starting lineups here in a moment, and then we'll give you some information on these two teams as the action gets underway. We'll be right back after this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at the castle. Starting lineups have been announced for the spectators here, as well as we have all heard the national anthem, and we are ready to see some soccer here on this Thursday night. Number 2, nationally ranked CCBC Essex Knights men's soccer team, 5-1 overall, 4-0 in the conference. They won their last matchup 7-0 against Hagerstown. Toga Katsuma gets a pair of goals in that. He's actually the team leader with 9 on the year. And really, coming into this one, this is a tale of two teams going in two very different directions. 5-1, like I said, for the Knights on the season. Well, the Cardinals 0-6-1 coming into the castle. And this Knight squad is a tough team to try and turn your season around on. But that's exactly what the Cardinals will try and do right here, right now, as they start with possession, as the first 45 is underway. Knights in the white jerseys, the home whites. Cardinals in the red jerseys. Yeah, I think Cardinals well aware of the uphill battle that's in front of them going up against the number 2 nationally ranked Knights team. So what kind of strategy do they look to establish in the early part of this game? I'd look for the Cardinals to try and play a possession game. So you need to be... Oh, wow, with the heel flick, but Thomas comes off the line at the absolute last second. I thought that got behind the Knights. Made a little bit of something out of a whole lot of nothing. A little bit more right here. Corner kick, far sideline. Gets the cross off. That's... Looked like it was quality. Then it just kept on carrying. You're saying before that quick outburst by the Knights offense. I'd think to see the strategy here for the Cardinals be a possession-based game. You know, be aggressive offensively if you have an opportunity for a big run or long pass. Certainly don't shy away from it, but you know, these short, sweet, connecting passes may be the Cardinals' best friend. Win, lose, or draw here this afternoon against this Knights team. They're probably going to spend a lot of today's game in their defensive zone. Now, that doesn't count you out of a game completely. Just makes it a little bit more difficult. As things difficult there for Thomas. Katsuma. Coming in quick. Couple of red jerseys on the backside, so he had to get that ball off of his foot quickly. Maybe didn't get everything on it, but he got enough. Earned an opportunity. Second corner. Oh, man. It's tough to draw it up any better than that. Ball in the air, found the head perfectly, but placed wide of the net. Miss 100% of the shots you don't put on cage. Desperately trying to keep it here. And keep it here with possession, I should say. So it'll stay here. Just possession arrow pointed in a different direction now after the Cardinals throw in. A little bit more of what we expected. More defense from the Cardinals this time. A great effort, but it does lead to the third corner. First one was so-so. Second one was great. Third one, maybe spectacular. Again, much like the second corner that had the makings of something special, as it was in the air, headed in towards that front post. Cardinals player got a body on it, sent it away. And the Knights will do this for a fourth time. Oh, this one even better. Towards the middle. Bounces around. And again, the Cardinals get a body on it at the last second. This time, they saved a goal. Great defense by the Redcoats. A little bit more. That defense may not have been as spectacular, but that's still great defensive play, using the body as a shield, getting in front of the player cutting in towards goal-scoring area. 5 minutes into the contest. The action, exciting, but if you're a Cardinals fan, well, it's been nerve-wracking. Got to be happy with how your team stepped up here in this first 5. Knocked away a couple of good opportunities for the Knights. Next step here for the Cardinals defense is figuring out, how to turn one of these sendaways into a transition opportunity. As we see the Knights successfully switch fields not once, maybe twice. Oh, quick throw. Almost caught him sleeping. Great athleticism. But again, the send-away does not lead to a transition, so the Knights still knocking on opportunity's door. They got to get possession back, though, if they want to kick that door off the hinges. And that's what you got to think the Knights are thinking right now. Or you got to believe that's what the Knights are thinking right now. They're not just looking for the game's first goal. They're looking for the first goal that opens the floodgates. Cardinals are looking to keep this low scoring. The Knights looking to open this up and maybe utilize that deep bench they've got. Suma's there, somehow gets a body on it, and Thomas high points it. He had to fight. Who was that? Pritchard, I believe. Caleb Pritchard. I thought for sure that was going to be an easy catch for Thomas. Effort gets you mighty far in life. Caleb almost got the game's first goal for his effort. First time we've seen the ball this side of the field today. And it'll stay here a little bit longer. It's only the second home game of the year for this Knights men's squad. Knights currently on a 3-game winning streak. Scored 39 goals this season on a total of 93 shots on goal. I'm not even going to try to attempt that math right here. Embarrass myself on YouTube, but I think that's a pretty good percentage. Dangerous pass. A lot of red jerseys around there. It's a good job defensively of applying some pressure to the ball carrier. Eventually forcing that turnover. Anything you can do, I can do better, though. As now these two teams going hot potato with possession. In the middle, played in front. Oh, and he was offsides. Won't matter much as they play for advantage. Cisse behind his man by half a step. Luckily for the Knights, he was the last line of defense, though, so that looked like something, and it ended up being a whole lot of nothing. Could that be a momentum stealing play, though, for the Cardinals? As almost 10 minutes into this first half, the Cardinals have shown a couple of signs of life offensively here. Spent about the last 2 minutes in the defensive zone for the Knights. They're looking to change that right here. But in no rush. Playing within themselves. I say that, and there goes the boomerang. That certainly was a boomerang because it's coming right back. A long pass caught easily by Thomas. Now the Cardinals Look to push it into the offensive zone. Ooh, clean break on a catch at the midfield. Couldn't control it, though, and a lot of that had to do with that pressure being applied right on the backside by one of those white jerseys. What could have been? What might be? Building again. Is it another boomerang? Nope, the Knights control this one, but great defense to run down the angle, and you see the size of frustration come from a couple players in white jerseys there. They knew something was building there. Cardinals made the stop when they needed to. Can they get another one here? 10 minutes into the first half. What a head ball, just wide again. Second time the Knights have drawn it up perfectly. Only to have somebody come in and rip up the masterpiece. Well, I guess really no one's ripping up the masterpiece. They're just spilling paint on the masterpiece themselves. Two beautiful crosses that found the head like a magnet. It's tough to really control that head ball there. Pros make it look easy because, well, they're the pros. Cardinals seemed like they had stolen a little bit of momentum a few moments ago, but I think that play may have stolen it right back for the Knights. As we see some trickery on the footwork from Caleb Marcani. The Knights are happy to play with it at the midfield. Keep it around the defensive line. Oh, whew. Third time is not the charm, but best effort so far. Caleb Pritchett tracking that ball in the air like a center fielder. Got the head on it. This one caught easily by Thomas. We are 3 minutes away from the 30-minute mark of the first half. We're out of the gates here. The action, exciting. Not so much back and forth, but we are seeing some action for sure out there. One more pass. We'll see a few more as the Knights regroup. Ethan Stewart. Oh! That was headed in towards the goal-scoring area, but a great job of recovery by the Cardinals' defense. They cleared it out of the danger zone, gave themselves an opportunity to regroup, try again. Flip side of that coin is the Knights. They get a chance to try again offensively. Ethan Stewart, what a good quality strike there. I think that was with the left foot, too. Good physical tackle. Took Kasuma right off the ball. Oh, one touch pass. Oh, and there's no whistle. He got ball. It happened so quickly I couldn't see, but the way he fell, I just figured he may have got a little bit more ankle than ball, but that was great offense, better defense. And what a one-touch pass by Kasuma, leading his teammate Evan Doughton towards a goal-scoring area. That is another play by the Cardinals defense where if they don't make that play right there in that moment, we may see the game's first goal. More what could have been. Amazing. All this action we've seen in the offensive zone for the Knights. And 5 corner kicks, 4 shots on goal. They've had quality opportunities, but there's not really one moment that you can point to outside of those corner kicks where you said, that is the play. They should have had the goal on that one. You know, they've just been a little wide of the net, and the ones they have put on the net haven't been ones that you want to write home about. It's not like we've seen Thomas make jaw-dropping saves here today. He's just doing his job, which hats off to him. The Knights just got to figure out a way to test him a little bit more here. Make him show that he can dive left or right. Everything they put on Cage has been pretty much right at him. Now, all that would be great if you're a Cardinals fan, because your team is still searching for their first shot on goal. Had that one offensive outburst a moment ago, or a few moments ago, I should say, that really wasn't offsides, that wasn't called, or whistled, I should say. Sideline judge had the flag up, but main judge played advantage. Outside of that, that's the only offense we've seen from the Cardinals. We've seen some great defense from them. Just still searching for a way to turn that defense into offense. Kasuma. One more pass. He'll have another chance to do it. Around one man. A second. He cannot get around him. Oh, and a tackle at the last second as somebody was loading up the gun to put one on Cage. I think that was Ethan Hackenberg. He was loading up the leg about maybe 4 or 5 yards outside of the box. He had maybe 1 or 2 steps going into that shot, so you got to think, if he could have put that on Cage, whew, what could have been, because that's a shot you can easily get a lot of power behind. Talked about how we haven't seen much power from the Knights offense. We almost saw it all right there. Almost saw it all right there as well, as Thomas is quick to come off the line and put the boots to it, send it away. See substitutions check into the game here for the Knights. Number 10, Kevin Osario. And number 17, Michael Andakambi. Michael Andakambi, sophomore from last year's team, a spark plug type player for Coach Fiedler off the bench. Sure, he's a guy that may not be in the starting lineup, but coaching staff and players around him probably looking at number 17 as a guy who could be a big-time contributor for this team off of the bench. As you see the speed on display there, half a second away from chasing that one down. Cooler heads probably prevailed as he realized, why chase it down? We got ourselves a corner. Almost 20 minutes into the first half. Could we be seeing the game's first goal? Seen some really good corners from the Knights. Got to think they're going to break through with one of them, and oh! Ask and you shall receive, but just not right there. Ask and you shall receive, maybe later. As he split the field goal post and the top post on the goal. My, oh my, not a lot of space there, but that's how close that one was. If he hits the post, well, if he hits the field goal post, it's out of bounds. But if he hits that white post, maybe it bounces off and somebody else gets a go at it. Man, that was the third, maybe fourth, just absolutely picture-perfect corner. The Knights spilled paint on their masterpiece once again. Jackson Pollock, they are not. Not yet, at least. Still so much time left in this game. And I think I speak for everyone when I say that this has got the makings of a good CCBC battle. The 5-1 team against a team that is still searching for their first win. Maybe doesn't draw up a lot of hope when you see that on the scorecard, but the reality of playing a team that's searching for their first win is you're playing a team that's desperate. And look, there's still a lot of soccer to be played this season, but the Cardinals, they need to get that first win out of the way sooner than later. And they are thinking, never been a better time than right now. Knights thinking the same thing as they are looking to get the lid off of the goal here. You got to feel like once they can get through with one, they're going to come through with a couple more the way that they've been knocking on opportunity's door. May have been CCBC making the run from the back there. I believe it was. Close but no cigar. I'm going to take this opportunity to thank all of you at home for joining us in or at the castle on this Thursday night. Also want to thank our good friends at Chick-fil-A Nottingham Square for catering the event once again. Chick-fil-A sandwiches, chips, cookies. Got to come out to a game here at the castle. Exciting action on the field. Chick-fil-A in the stands. And if you come to a game at the castle, you don't have to listen to me. Oh, a couple of good passes! Ethan Stewart will take the gift and pass it off to a teammate. Anakambi gets a good cross off. Oh my, it's bouncing around off the post! What? Oh, and it's saved! What action! And that'll count for 3 on Sunday, but nothing here today. Austin Thomas and the Cardinals defense will try to steady their beating hearts. Wow, the action never stopped. But still, we are scoreless. I thought for sure when Mike Ondekambi was going to try and save that ball, it was going to go out of bounds. And then, blink and you missed it. The Knights had 3, maybe 4 opportunities at the game's first goal. What a first half here in the Battle of CCBCs. Cardinals looking to play spoiler here at the castle. Knights looking to regroup. Oh, good aggressive tackle. Possession 1 for the Cardinals, but then given right back. Man, I'm trying to go over what we just saw in this game a moment ago. I mean, Thomas made a save. I think one of those defenders made a save. It went off the post. I mean, not all saves are created equal, but as long as it doesn't hit the back of the net, don't matter much who saves it. Thomas with the foot! He may have to do it again, and this time it's deflected. And he can come off the line and make the catch. Wow! My, oh my. What a game. And we have got a whole second half in front of us. We got 2 teams out there feeling like they're the little brother to somebody else. The Cardinals feeling like they're just as good as the Knights, and the Knights maybe feeling like they're not getting as much respect as the Cardinals. I think when you have 3 campuses all sharing the CCBC moniker, I think everyone thinks they're a little brother. Everyone thinks that somebody else is getting more attention or more love. So it just creates for animosity amongst the crew. I mean, Mom's not giving all 3 of us the same birthday presents and Christmas presents, are we? Is she? Another corner here for the Knights comes from the near sideline, and with 20 minutes left in the first half, this one is sent away by the Cardinals. But it's another corner, and way too much mustard on that dog. So missed opportunity, one because of some good defense, as the Cardinals were the first ones to the first cross. And the second cross, well, we'll work on that later. At the end of the day, if it ends, or this first half ends with a score of still 0-0, you got to think the Knights are still in control in terms of momentum because they've had more opportunities. But if this game goes into halftime and it's still scoreless, you got to think the Cardinals are looking at that as maybe a mini victory. They can get into oh! Off the field goal post. Whoa, man, he came in with the Bruce Lee kick. So much power behind that shot. Saying a moment ago, you got to think the Cardinals, they can get to halftime with this game still scoreless. Really, the only thing between them and an upset victory at that point is just figuring out how to get just a little bit of offense. Because if you can stop them for one half, you can stop them for a second. You just got to figure out a way to get a little bit of offense for yourself. And the Knights, well, you know that they feel that they can create offense. It's just going to be a matter of time before something breaks through. Maybe right here. And there it is. What a pass by Ethan Stewart. A laser that I don't think ever left the turf, but somehow still found a goal scorer. And that is the game's first goal. What an exciting first half here. The Knights finally break through with 18 minutes and some change left in the first half. Can the Cardinals answer back, or will we go into halftime with the Knights up 1? That last Knights goal was scored by number 8, Kazuma Ashuka, assisted by number 3, Ethan Stewart. So we get confirmation. Number 8, Kazuma Ashizuka, was the one who found the back of the net after receiving that laser pass from Ethan Stewart. The human cannonball was his nickname all of last year, at least up here in the broadcast booth it was, as Stewart was so quick to make some runs from the back. And it always seemed like when the Knights defense was out of position, there came number 3 to make a late saving tackle. The human cannonball maybe sent a cannonball off of his foot on that assist. You talk about, or coaches will talk about, playing with your head up, seeing the field, anticipating movement. If you're a basketball fan, you'll hear some of the announcers talk about that when it comes to great point guards, just anticipating where people are going to be. And Stewart sent that pass towards the back portion of the box, probably anticipating that there was going to be some defenders in that middle area, and that if he could thread some space in towards the back, find a player with enough space to get a shot off. As the Knights had so many moments in that last 15 to 20 minute outburst where we saw Thomas make 3-4 great saves, his defenders make 3-4 great plays, and then the post made 3-4 great saves as well. And then, oh, by the way, the Knights missed 3-4 just on their own. I mean, it was such a great run there of offensive chances. You knew the Knights, or had to feel that the Knights were going to finally break through. But all that being said, during that stretch, what they didn't have was really space to get a shot off. So many of those opportunities that they had and looks on goal were quick one-touches. That time, the great pass from Ethan Stewart to space to his fellow sophomore, Kazuma Ashizuka. And the Cardinals now under 15 minutes to play in this first half. Free kick 10 yards into their offensive zone. This could be an opportunity. That's a quality strike. But a white jersey was the only one to get ahead on it. And it's a quick transition. Can the Knights catch the Cardinals napping? They cannot. As I think that was Big Mike on the far sideline. May have just played it a little bit too far out in front of him. Eyes bigger than the stomach. Ethan Stewart, another great pass, but just a little bit too far out in front. And on Dan Marino's 61st birthday, Ethan Stewart did a heck of a Dan Marino impression right there, as he almost put that one right on the money. Now, Dan Marino, he'd tell you, he'd put it on the money. I know, Dan. You were the man. Ethan Stewart playing like the man here tonight. Just over 10 minutes to play in this first half. The Knights are hunting for goal number 2. A lot of space on this near sideline. Looking to take advantage of it. Oh, great trickery. Stopped on a dime. Didn't create much space as the defense regrouped and was right there, but held on to possession. That is great ball from number 11, Christian Marquez. Made it look easy, too. You know, Mom and Dad at home, if you and I, we tried to stop like that, we fall right over ourselves. Takes time to get the body moving that fast. These boys do it quick and stop even quicker. Some great athleticism on the turf on both sides of the ball here today. And on both sides of the field in terms of jerseys. Seen some great plays from the Cardinals, great plays from the Knights. Oh, the give and go! Hackenberg just missed wide, and oh, you could see the frustration written all over his face. That was beautiful offense. 2 great connecting passes. That second one found Hackenberg with a lot of space, but that's a tough play to make. I mean, you see all that net open, but you're almost shooting across your body. Again, one of those plays where the pros make it with ease because they're the pros, and they make it look easy. Hackenberg just moments away from a highlight reel goal there. Whole Knights offense moments away from a highlight reel. Those two passes before the shot were picture perfect. Oh, Stewart showing off the gains in the gym. Another pass. Oh, man, that tackle at the last second. Stewart, the great pass to a teammate in goal-scoring area, but red jersey came in with his saving tackle. 10 minutes to play in the first half. Another corner here for the Knights. This one, not the best, but it looks like they'll do it again as it goes off a red jersey. Corner number 10. Still just over 10 minutes to play. This one a little bit better. Oh, one move. Shot. Goal! Worm burner into the bottom corner. What a play from Kevin Osorio. The freshman midfielder with his second goal of the year. Congratulations to him, as that one was picture perfect. Ball was bouncing around there. He got it, made one move, and finished in the back of the net. That gotta feel good if you're a Knights player, coach, or fan. Tough break here for the Cardinals over the last couple minutes, as what started out as a great first half has turned into a little bit of a sour note.
That Knights goal was scored by number 10, Kevin Osorio.
Kevin Osorio gets the goal there. Under 10 minutes to play now. Oh, played it to space with the heel. Oh, splits the defense behind his back now. What trickery. One more, he splits. Looking for the pass. My goodness. What ball work. Wow. That was beautiful until it wasn't. Maybe it will be again. Oh, now he's just showing off. The Harlem Globetrotters may look at that young man, Ethan Hackenberg. Always wondered, why is there a soccer equivalent of the Harlem Globetrotters? Oh! Oh, he saved it! Oh, my, the action never stops here at the Castle. What a game! What a shot, better save. That better find its way onto somebody's highlight reel. I'll tell you what, it's going to find its way onto my Instagram later. What a play. Woo! That was pretty until it wasn't. Certainly looked good coming off his head. My goodness, I think everybody here in the Castle is happy for a moment to catch their breath. The action has not stopped since the word go, and the battle of CCBCs has lived up to the hype here. Oh, I don't want to use my head. Ethan Stewart never minds. Caleb Pritchard gets the whistle there. I'm sure he's thinking, I'm a big man. What do you want me to do? Cardinals will take another opportunity to catch their breath. Think about what has transpired here in today's game. As much as this last 10 minutes or so of this first half has left a sour note on this first 45 for them, the reality of the situation is they're really still right in this. They just need to figure out a way to turn some of these defensive stops into transition opportunities. If they can catch the Knights a little outstretched defensively, maybe being a little bit too aggressive offensively, they're one away from making this a brand new ball game. Flip side of that coin is the Knights probably one away from really feeling very, very comfortable in this game. Now, they probably still feel comfortable right now with a 2-goal lead, but, you know, certainly feel a little bit more comfortable with a 3-goal lead. Scholes, not much action behind the defensive line for him, wearing that black goalie jersey. 2 substitutions looking like they're about to check into the game here for the Knights at the next break, as we have just 5 minutes left to play in the first half. And what an exciting first half this has been. I said a moment ago, the action has not stopped since the word go, and maybe a little bit of an exaggeration, but not by much. I mean, 10 corner kicks, 8 shots on goal for the Knights. If you love offense and you're a Knights fan, then you've loved this game. The evening has turned to night, and we are playing under the pitch black night sky. The lights are on here at the Castle. It's prime time, so to speak. Saw some fans still piling into the stands here at the Castle. Always love to see how much of a family affair it is here at CCBC Essex. Teams or players from other teams coming and supporting one another. You always see a few baseball players at pretty much every game, as the Cardinals stonewall the Knights' offensive attack that time. One more pass. And again, the Cardinals stonewall the Knights' attack as they cut them off from getting to the ball. Of course, the Knights got it right back, though. And that's in the box. Frustration foul. I'm sure. Coachable moment. We'll leave it at that. Opportunity the Knights will look to capitalize on. Pritchett, the one who took the fall. He'll look to be the one who finishes it as well. The Knights looking for goal number 3 with 3 minutes left. And he finds the back of the net on the penalty kick goal. Number 28, Caleb Pritchett, freshman. Goal number 6 on the year for him. And that's 3 goals for the Knights in this first half, scored by 3 different players. So we did think coming into this first half that we'd see a few goals on the side of the Knights, but I don't think that we'd expected all those goals to come so late in the first half. I think most people were expecting the Knights to get some scoring started early, but Cardinals played great defense through most of this first half, falling apart maybe just a little here in the last 10, 15 minutes as the Knights have put 3 on in the closing minutes of the first half. That Knights penalty kick goal was scored by number 28, Caleb Pritchett. As we get the announcement for the last goal, we almost see goal number 4. Is now under 150 seconds left in this first half, and we have got two teams looking forward to halftime for two very different reasons. The Knights know they're just 45 away from another win. Cardinals, well, they may be headed in towards that area or time of the game where they'd like to just put this one behind them. They're not there yet, but a few more goals from the Knights, and they may be there. 'Tis the nature of competition, though. Sometimes you are the buzzsaw, and sometimes you are getting cut by the buzzsaw. The Knights already this season have acted as the buzzsaw a few times for teams this year. As right now you combine their last 2 games, they're working on 10 straight goals! Make it 11 straight unanswered goals going back to the game against Hagerstown. That one, picture perfect. The cross, the finish. 1 minute and 14 seconds left in the first half, and the Knights have answered with goal number 4. That one coming from Toga Katsuma. Assist by Kazuma Ishiki. That Knights goal was scored by number 22, Toga Kasuma. Assisted by number 8, Kazuma Ashisuki. Now under a minute to play. Knights still looking. We got a couple of NFL teams that may be looking at that young man out there. I heard the Colts are looking for a kicker. That'll probably be the final outburst of the first half. Cardinals take their time here as the clock gets closer and closer to triple zeros. Oh my. Quick off the shoulder. What control there with the body. And that clock does hit triple zeros, and we are going to halftime with a score of 4-0. The Knights are up in this one. What will be the final score at the end of the second half? Stick around with me and find out. We'll be back after this short break. And we are back ready to play the final 45 minutes. We saw some great action in that first 45. 4 goals by 4 different goal scorers for the Knights. Number 8, Kazuma Ashizuka, Kevin Osorio, Toga Kasuma, and Caleb Pritchett. Caleb's goal coming by way of a penalty kick. 12 shots on goal total for the Knights in that first half and 10 corner kicks. And that kind of tells you the whole story of how that first half went. 4 goals on the big board and a lot of offensive opportunities for the gentlemen in the white jerseys. The Knights came into today's contest 39 goals scored on the season, an average of 6.5 goals a game and 25 shots a game. And they've certainly improved those numbers a little bit here, and there was the attempt at the spin move. Both players go down. Knights are also currently in the middle of pitching their potential 4th shutout of the year. Toga Kasuma, goal scorer in the first half, received NJCAA Division II Player of the Week this past week. 2 goals, 2 assists, 8 shots on goal in week 3 of the season. Kasuma leads the team with 9 goals, 5 assists, 25 shots, and 23 total points. And some distance between him and his teammate, forward Caleb Pritchett, is the runner-up in goals with 5. Ethan Hackenberg, slow to get up. You go for the spin move in a moment like that. Can be a great play if you pull it off, but also can be one of those moments where you easily knock knees with another player, and I think that may have been what happened to Hackenberg. Goes in, Cardinals player puts the body right on him, and is walking gingerly off the field. Hopefully we see Hackenberg recover from this. Be surprised if we see him again here today with the game looking the way it is. You see some bench players come into this game sooner than later in this second half. And Thomas catches the cannonball with very little room to spare. That's a good quality strike to put that on goal. Does that look like that was the goal? Maybe you wanted to play that in more towards the middle, give somebody a chance to put a head on it. What could have been, what might be. Knights can afford to miss a few opportunities, though, with the scoreboard looking the way it is. On a dime. And a pass. Too far out in front. Frustration on Kasuma's face. Some good trickery to create the space. The pass afterwards. Not as good. Oh, splits the 2 defenders with the speed. The big man can run. My goodness, and the big man can create some space, too. Caleb Pritchett lost possession of that ball, dropped a shoulder in on a Cardinals jersey, and that Cardinals player flew at least a foot. There's a ride right into the fence behind the goal. Love to see the competition between two players like that. Not only are the Knights in the middle of pitching their fourth shutout of the year, second straight potential shutout coming off the 7-0 win against Hagerstown. The Knights are also in the middle of pitching maybe their second game. Oh, wow! What a finish! And we have our first player with multiple goals here today, Caleb Pritchett. Blink and you missed it because he got that ball and did not have it for long. Goal number 5 here today on shot number 14 on goal, that is. The Knights got a lot more shots than that in total, as we see the warm-up action now start to take place on the far sideline. We will see those substitutions check into the game here momentarily for the Knights. That last Knights goal was scored by number 28, Caleb Pritchett, his second of the game. Samuel Cisse with a throw-in. Oh, trickery to get it back to Cisse. And Cisse puts on a great corner, but no one's there. Bad corner the other way. What a finish, but Thomas with the save. The head ball to space. And then they got a teammate to put a foot on it. But hey, Thomas has just as much of a right to that ball as the offensive player, and he almost pretty much caught it right off of his foot. If he had some stickum on those gloves, he may have had his shoe attached with the ball. Be a goal kick here for the Cardinals, as it's now under 40 minutes to play in the second half. We've seen one goal here already in the second half. Will we see a few more? Cardinals cleared out of the danger zone here for a moment. Knights still knocking on opportunity's door, though. Oh, at this point, they may have blown that door off the hinges. And they're just picking it up themselves and knocking as a courtesy. It is safe to say this game no longer in the balance. As the Knights employ a little bit of a slight strategy change here as they're slowing down the pace offensively, looking to connect passes. And a smart play when you have some players out there playing in spots maybe they're not always used to playing. As we see Logan Jackerick, one of those players, number 7, making a run there. One touch in towards space, and Ashizuka. Clock continues to tick, but the action is slowed down here on the field, and now looks like we will have some more substitutions check into the game. Interesting to see the game come to a complete stop here like this with the clock still running. Further examples of everyone out there understanding the game no longer in balance. Here on out, it's coachable moments for both teams. Can some of these reserve players getting an opportunity to flex their muscles show the coaching staff a little something that may earn them a little extra playing time moving forward as we head in towards the middle and later stages of the season? And for the Cardinals, what can they put together on the field here in the last 35 minutes that gives their coaching staff hope that that first win of the year is right around the corner? Oh, 6-1 were the Cardinals coming into today's contest. Ten minutes into the second half. The Cardinals are getting an offensive opportunity here thanks to that whistle. About 22 yards into their offensive zone. So this is a great opportunity if they can capitalize. Opportunity is calling. Can the Cardinals answer? Good strike. Touches one body, and then a second, and now a third, and all of those bodies had white jerseys on. No Cardinals player even had a shot at that after the Knights first got ahead on it. Tough break. Logan Jackerick, quick throw. Good recovery defensively from the Cardinals. That looked like something. Looking across fields and had the right idea. Wrong execution. Great execution, though, on the tackle at the midfield. Now a run from the Cardinals. Far sideline. Looking for space. Finding it. Got to hold on to possession, though. One move. The cross. It's bouncing around. And Scholes is there. Good outburst there from the Cardinals. Making a little bit of something out of a whole lot of nothing. The action never stops on the field, in the stands. Gotta come to a game here at the Castle at some point this season. It's men's and women's soccer right now. No one with these soccer programs wants to think about it, but blink and it'll be basketball season right around the corner. And then the spring, well, we'll deal with that when that comes. Let's get through the holidays first, right? Let's get through the soccer season first and enjoy what has unfolded here in front of us in the early part of this season. I mean, these Knights fans have been so spoiled with great soccer at the Castle in the early part of this season. Logan Jackerick with an early candidate for Shackton a full moment. Little gift here for the Cardinals with just over 30 minutes to play. The Knights will pitch the shutout for a little bit longer. got a little bit of an entanglement on that far sideline. The action getting a little bit more physical out there and makes for great entertainment. As we see some back and forth. Great step over there and a pass to space, but he can't chase it down. Last time you're going to be able to see the Knights for what seems like a while, as the next time the Knights will be live here from the Castle will be the 22nd of September. That's a 5 p.m. start, and that is the second doubleheader of the year. The women's team will start it off at 5, and then the men will play in the nightcap. And both those games will be against the College of Southern Maryland Hawks. So that... Again, the next time you can catch a game here live at the Castle will be September 22nd. 5 o'clock is game number 1. Chick-fil-A Nottingham Square will be on the campus once again. So Chick-fil-A in the stands and great action on the turf. Check out the Knights at some point this season. As a Cardinals player just made a sandwich out of one Knights player, Donnie Frere. And Donnie, hard to miss that guy running down the field, that blonde hair. But then again, also, blink and you missed him running down the field because the speed was on display there from number 13. Under 30 minutes to play. Knights still looking for more goals. They're a goal and a half away from their season average of 6.5. They're right under their average of goals against as they come into today's contest, averaging just 1 goal against them on the year. So right now they are about halfway through their 4th consecutive quarter or half of scoreless soccer. Long pass up. The speed again from Donnie. More substitutions checking into the game here for the Knights. Ball's in the air. Another good corner. Did that find the back of the net? No, it did, but the wrong side of it. Thought that went over, and it did. Austin Thomas, freshman goalkeeper here for the Cardinals. A first half that he will not forget for sure. Some tremendous saves by him. Kept the game close for a while. Gave up that one in the second half. But really outside of that, it's been relatively quiet second half for the Knights. one of the stats that goes along with that is they had 12 shots on goal coming into this second half, and about halfway through this second period, they've got 15 shots on goal. So Cardinals defense has answered the call here in the second half. The offense looking to answer, and that'll be wide right and very high. Oh, good ball pressure. Better job by the Cardinals defense to get away from that first defender. That second defender that came in trying to play it back to the goalie. He'd like us all to forget that play. Oh, my! Maybe the goal of the night, and you love to see it too from a player who was helped off the field earlier today. Ethan Hackenberg has officially checked all the way back in as he took that short corner, and there was so much space on that side of the goal. And why wouldn't there be? That is a tough shot to make, but Ethan Hackenberg made it and made it look easy. Goal number 5 on the season for the sophomore midfielder. One of the things that really stands out when you look at these two rosters, only 2 sophomores on the team for the Cardinals. And let's do a little math right here. Count up the sophomores on this Knights team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 sophomores for this Knights team. And now, granted, turnover is the nature of the game at this level. Every year you're going to have pretty much a brand new team. And, yeah, the Knights have 10 sophomores, but they've got a lot more freshmen. Like I said, you're going to have pretty much a brand new team every year, but you can have those core players return from last year's team. Really puts you in that much better of a situation coming into the year as we see a great tackle. If he doesn't get all ball there, or at least 75% ball, we see our second penalty kick of the game. As that's a dangerous play, but he made it. Made it with ease. Under 25 minutes to play. Knights looking for goal number 3 in the second half. Maybe getting it right here. It's controlled for a moment. One more pass. And that will split the uprights. Cardinals or Chiefs will take that, as I believe Thursday Night Football is underway on some channel. I mean, the sports is all over the place now on these streaming services. I didn't even know. I'm a huge baseball fan. I didn't even know that you could watch baseball all season long on Apple TV. I honestly wasn't even sure that there was an Apple TV. No, I did know that because that's where that, what's that show? Guy at the gym was telling me about it the other day. Ted Lasso. told me I should watch that. You guys get in the comment section. Anybody watching Ted Lasso? I don't know if I'm going to sign up for Apple TV. Don't have to sign up for YouTube to find the Knights games all season long. Here, live from the castle, YouTube. Your official home for a lot of things, but certainly, most definitely, the home for CCBC Essex Knights Athletics. You can also catch CCBC Essex Knights Athletics on their own website. News, updates, scores, pictures, videos, great articles. And then, of course, the Twitter and Instagram pages for the Knights. Just over 20 minutes left to be played here in this second half. Like I said, I haven't watched the show, but I do know the premise is that he's a soccer coach and he's a positive fella. So I wonder what Ted Lasso would have to say about this game here. For both teams, as we said here earlier in the second half, it's about coachable moments from here on out. The Cardinals put together some moments that give this coaching staff a little bit more hope moving forward. Does the Knights reserve unit flash a little something here in the later stages of the second half? The game maybe not in doubt, but still questions out there on the pitch. Good through ball there for a moment on the far sideline. Couldn't control it for long. Cardinals looking to fake everyone out. Pretending like they're going for the long kick. Whew. Ryan Smith put his whole head into that. And the little neck, too. Knights connecting passes together. Oh, dangerous play through the middle. Are able to regroup and get it back, though. A sigh of relief and maybe a sigh of frustration as well. Cardinals will have it. Oh. Couple of good touches. Something building there for a moment for the Knights. Nothing had happened there. Bad clear, though, from the Cardinals. Gives it right back to the Knights. Looking to split. And great recovery defensively from James Anderson. And Anderson, I think, was the player who had the bad initial clear attempt. He came off of his horse quick. Saved the day with a good tackle. just over 15 minutes to play now. Knights another corner. Their 12th of the game. Now we got a good old-fashioned rugby scrum for the ball. Multiple jerseys on both sides having chances at it. 1-on-2 breakaway and no whistle. Ref says he got more ball. What a tackle there. The step over around one. Diallo with a great move. Came in first with a solid tackle. And the physicality, I gotta say it's picked up, but it's certainly still here. Which may come as a surprise to some. 4 unanswered goals in the late stages of the first half for the Knights made it seem like we were in store for an ugly second half, but Cardinals really, much like they did in the first half, they're hanging around defensively. They may not be standing out defensively in terms of making these awe-inspiring, jaw-dropping plays, but there's something to be said about when the last line of defense is there. Do they step up and make the play and at least give the defense a chance to regroup? And the Cardinals have done that. I mean, they've made some jaw-dropping plays, don't get me wrong, but more times than not, their plays have kind of been plays like that, where maybe not a difficult or impossible play to make, but if you don't make that play, it's a goal. And we saw Anderson's tackle in the box about 2-3 minutes ago, and you know, is that an incredibly high, difficult, high leverage situation? Probably not, but if he doesn't come in and make that tackle, or at least attempt that tackle, the Knights player gets a shot off in the box, and then who knows? You don't want to rely on your last line of defense, but you sleep better when you know that they can make a play or two. Knights defense hasn't gotten that behind. Most of their defensive effort has been at the midfield and forward spot. I mean, their defensive line has stepped up, made a play or two, and Scholes gets a finger on it, and that may have been enough to keep the shutout going. Blink and you missed it, because that opportunity for the Cardinals appeared out of thin air. It was 1-on-1. Scholes came off the line maybe a second too late, but what does it matter when it goes wide? Scholes initially got a finger on it, but then the Cardinals player was still able to regroup, get a foot on it, send it wide of the cage. Yeah, I think the way this second half is going here for the Knights, I don't know how many. We talked about maybe some of these reserve players showing a little something to get them some extra playing time. I think it's kind of had the opposite effect. We've seen the sloppy play pick up a little bit here from the Knights. And the Cardinals have certainly had a few more chances than they had earlier in the game. Can they break through, make the most of one of those chances here, as we are now under 15 minutes to play? Maybe the best opportunity of the game so far for the Cardinals. 30 yards into their offensive zone. Knights have a one-man wall set up. This is a tough angle to go for goal at. So you'd imagine maybe they put this in towards the middle. It's exactly what they do. That was a missile. Who's ever had that touched, I'm sure that did not feel good. but you kind of knew that the Knights are going to be the ones to get to it because it was spinning away from where all the red jerseys are. And that's a dangerous tackle. A little bit too much ankle. Goal's open. And that is goal number 7. Number 12, freshman Eric Sandoval with his first career goal. Congratulations to that young man. That Knights goal was scored by number 12, Eric Sandoval. Eric, please don't call me Pablo Sandoval. He certainly looked like the Kung Fu Panda on that play. Sandoval got that ball and almost kind of hopped around Austin Thomas. Got himself into a position where he had that open net. 18th shot on goal for the Knights is goal number 7. And they're still pitching the shutout, not for lack of trying, though, as the Cardinals have made their runs here in this second half. Knights 10 minutes and some change away from moving to 6-1 overall on the year, and 4 games in a row for them with a W. So 39 goals coming into today's game on the year, sitting at 46 right now. A little bit of history between these two teams. I've been calling it the Battle of CCBCs. Last year, the Knights beat CCBC Catonsville by the same score that we're at right here, right now, 7-0. Knights won last 10 matchups against CCBC Catonsville dating back to 2015. And it has been a tough break here for the Cardinals over the last few years, and that has continued this season. 0-6-1 overall, 0-5 conference record. Their last matchup before this one was a 2-1 loss to Allegheny. Only 2 goals on the season. Certainly been a tough break for Catonsville to start the year. Maybe a bright spot has been the man in between the pipes. At least today he's been a bright spot. Austin Thomas. A little bit more quiet in the second half, but what a first half he had. A couple of great saves as we see a great tackle on the far sideline. Knights still playing so aggressively, and the Cardinals that time maybe a little bit too aggressive. Knights trying to catch everybody napping. Referee says nay, nay. It's actually going the other way, excuse me. Under 10 minutes to play. And this Thursday evening of soccer from the Castle is coming to a close. Again, those of you at home, you want to catch a game here live at the Castle. One, I definitely encourage you to. It's a great atmosphere and Chick-fil-A in the stands. Dinner and a show, so to speak, as we see goal number 8 find the back of the net. Next time you can catch this Knights team in action is September 22nd, doubleheader against Southern Maryland. The men's team will be in action at 7, but it's a doubleheader that night. So you can catch the women at 5 and then the men in the nightcap. Again, that is September 22nd, the next time that you can catch a game here live at the Castle, but soccer program will have a lot of action in between then, so you want to check out the CCBC Essex Athletics website and Instagram and Twitter pages for updates on the season during their road trip, or road trips, I should say, from now until the 22nd. As Eric Sandoval gets another goal here. He joins Caleb Pritchett in the 2-goal club here. That night's goal was scored by number number 12, Eric Sandoval. And just over 7 minutes to play. The action is not slowed down in terms of goals scored, as that equals the amount of goals scored, or we have equaled in the second half the amount of goals scored in the first, 4 each. But the action is definitely slowed down in terms of pace. The game has been played at a much slower pace here in the second half, which is no surprise to anyone given the offensive outburst we saw from the Knights in the last 15, 20 minutes of that first half, putting on 4 unanswered goals. Four more unanswered goals here in the second half. 6 minutes is all that separates these two teams from the final whistle. I want to thank you all at home for joining us this evening. Really hope you can join us live from the Castle on the 22nd, but if you can't, you can catch us on YouTube. Once again, 5 o'clock is the start time for game number 1. College of Southern Maryland Hawks coming into the Castle. Looking to turn, find space. Sandoval looking for another. And that ball just keeps bouncing around. Hungry, hungry Hippos. Who wants it most? Referee. Oh, good pass. One more. And the defender, I don't know if he could really make a play on the ball as he had his backside turned to the offensive player. Just wrong time, right place, I guess. It's better to be lucky than good, my dad used to say. Maybe a little luck there for the Cardinals. They'll take it. Under 5 minutes to play, 8-0 game. Two players down on the field, and Thomas high points the ball and brings this game to a stop. 183 seconds left in the contest, and we will take a break with these two teams as seems to be an injury out on the field. Cardinals are working hard and maybe some cramps setting in. Hopefully that's all it is. Action about to resume here in this one, and there is a goalie change coming into the game for the Cardinals. Adam Wiley now wearing the goalie jersey. So the Knights will see, or it looks like they will see, two streaks of theirs continue, one of them being their consecutive win streak. They'll move that to 4 straight. Looks like they'll also keep their shutout streak alive as well. 150 seconds away from their second straight shutout. One streak they did see come to an end today is their shots on goal streak. No shots given up on goal in their game before this one. Their last matchup against Hagerstown, they've seen 1 shot on goal come their way here on Thursday night. Just over 90 seconds to the Knights hold on to possession here. Play a little keep away. Sure, some people at home wondering why not just play keep away for the entire second half. You come into the second half up 4, you're in a comfortable position already, but the reality of the game at this level is games like this can have a huge impact on the standings at the end of the season because goal differential comes into play when you're talking about seeding for the tournament. Now, obviously, overall wins and loss record plays more of a factor than goal differential, but if you're tied with a team in that wins and loss category, well, next best thing is to have more goals scored than that team. So games like this can really put you in a favorable situation moving forward, not just because of the goal differential, but also, of course, because of the momentum you build as a team moving forward. The Knights are going to feel pretty good at the end of this one. Even better if they can make the play here defensively. That was a lapse in judgment as he's got his arms up as to say, what happened? Well, young man, you committed a foul. pretty clearly. Cardinals last gasp. Good one. Shot. And that. One more time for everyone at home. That will count for 3 points on Sunday, but nothing here today, as that is all she wrote.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of tonight's contest. We thank you for joining us. As you leave, please drive carefully and arrive home safely.
And that is all she wrote for this one here on this Thursday night. The clock has hit triple zeros. The final score in this one, 8-0. The Knights have picked up their 4th straight victory. Can they make it 5 in a row? Check out the CCBC Essex Athletics website for updates on the team as they go on their road trip, and you can catch them in action again September 22nd, live here from the Castle. Until then, enjoy the football this Sunday, and, well, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.